Four, please, Michael.
Oh, you guys are live. My bad.
Oh, we are.
Oh, we're still
And
just.
this is the best part, is that we get to just keep the stream going and talk to the people. What's up, everyone? This is Micah Christenson. You already know that. After the United States just beat Puerto Rico 3-0. Micah, mission accomplished. 6 sets up, 6 sets down. What did your team accomplish other than just the result tonight?
I think obviously the result was the first priority, which we did a good job of. But I think we got grooved into the tournament. You know, the guys that didn't play last night, be able to get used to the refs blowing the whistle, the fans in the stands, and playing high-level volleyball with connections on our side of the net that we can work on. And so I think we accomplished that tonight.
I think so too. How many kills was it before a dug ball? I think we were looking at the stats, and the ball that Maddie tipped, which I thought was down,
It was.
It was.
No, it wasn't. Don't find me.
Statistically, that was the first quote-unquote dug ball. I think you guys were 11 for 11.
Oh no, it was at least 12 for 12.
Was it 12 for 12?
I thought it was more in the 15 for 14 range. I thought that's where it was. Oh, it looks like you didn't sign.
I'll go sign after.
Okay.
I always forget. They're used to it. They're used to it.
Officials are calling Micah for his captain's duties of signing the score sheet. So the offense with the guys, with Ron, with TJ, with Maddie, with Taylor and Dave, I guess Max and Dave, that looked insane. You guys were grooving. That must have felt like you were having fun. It looked fun to us.
Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, gosh, we get to play volleyball.
Isn't volleyball
It's
cool?
Fun.
How about
it's
that?
Fun. But yeah, we've had a long training block. We've worked on a lot of things. We've worked really hard. And I'm glad we can show that a little bit here. I think we have more to show in terms of cleanliness of our game, in terms of physicality, and we plan to do that coming up to end this week.
Good news. Everett, what do we got from the numbers?
You're talking cleanliness of game. It's not as efficient as last night, but you still went 44 for 64 with only 2 errors.
That's
and
like
one of those was a block.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's like
He says
65%.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
That's a very high level. Now, early on, well, especially like throughout the match, we saw you guys run the middle quite a bit. Was that one of the goals here, or is it any time when you guys are passing that well, you want to utilize the middle of the court in that way?
I mean, we have 4 of the more dynamic middles in the world,
yeah.
4 of them, not just 2 of them.
4.
And so the fact that we have that option always is I like our odds using those guys, and just credit to the passers for giving those opportunities. We've been working on stretching that zone to where we can really run it from a lot of different places, and I think the middles have been doing a great job of getting available for that. But yeah, I mean, why not use them if we got them, you know?
I have a technical question about middle attack. I hope that people appreciate this. So something that we're noticing a lot nowadays that I love is middles running these super sophisticated routes where they'll jump sideways or they'll run along the net and they'll like try to create space against blockers with the directions that they're jumping side to side, which is pretty wild. How many different balls do you have to set? Like, do you just call like where the ball is going to be and they choose the route that they're going to run, or how does that work?
No, it's all pre-called.
Okay.
And so each ball is different based on the route that's pre-called.
So even
and
like
each
the
player's ball is different
man.
than that. And that's just reps. It's time with the guys. It's after practice. If something's feeling a little weird, we gotta groove it out. And so credit to us in terms of our staff and our middle blockers for working on that stuff. But you know, we've got it. We have a lot in the playbook. Do we use all of them all the time? No. I think simplicity is really important in a lot of those things, and sometimes we've gotten a little too far away from that, and now we're coming back to more of a simplistic approach to it, but we've got it all in the bag, and it just depends on which one we want to pull out.
Like, who would have thought that that's where volleyball would have, like, the evolution of going to come from? Like, when you started with the national team a decade ago, we weren't running these types of routes and these types of drifts and these types of followays with the middles as much, or were you? Was that something that was involved in the game back then as much as it is now?
No, not at all. It was front one, back one, gap when I first started with the national team. And then
a lot
going
of Dave
over
Lee off 2 feet
Dave
behind
Lee,
the center.
Man. Dave Lee was, back ones, front ones, really fast. And Max just being super physical, way up there, front one gaps. And there's there's offenses for that too. Like I'm running that kind of offense overseas.
Good point.
And so there's so many different ways and offenses that you can run based on what the middle route is, and there's always advantageous ways to do it. I think it's a lot on personnel. I think it's based on personnel as well. You have to know your strengths of your middle blockers. Like Max is still up there. He's still flying. Jeff Jendrick.
Dude.
You can't touch the guy. And so when he's up there, you just got to let him eat.
Even if you commit on him like this, you still might not touch.
You just got to let him eat. And Avril's so shifty. He's moving the ball around. He's coming out of nowhere. He's faking all around, and he's got that in his game. And he's almost by necessity perfected that stuff. And so we have a lot of different diverse options in our middle blocker attack that it's fun for me as a setter.
I bet, especially with that group of middles, like you said it yourself.
Yeah.
They're there to eat, and you
Those
feed them well.
We understood that
They're
Taylor had some PB&Js earlier today. He told Ever that he was being weighed down by too much peanut butter and jelly.
Oh man, that post that you guys put on Instagram was absolutely hilarious.
Oh,
Taylor.
from the clips from last night.
Oh yeah, because we could not stop laughing at Taylor's double.
Oh my God,
that
was hysterical.
Oh yeah, because he puts himself out there for that, and
He does.
and he does a great job
He
of it.
does.
And he's usually he's a great ball control middle, but when it does happen, you gotta take it.
It's
and he
even
did a good
better in
job.
that scenario,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a guy who's got questionable hands. If he gets the double, it's just like, hey, you know what, next
Yeah, it's
ball.
like, okay, sorry,
But
buddy.
when it's Taylor Averill who preaches about how middle should be able to set, you got to go in on
Oh,
it.
dude, and then he's taking setting reps before practice.
Yeah.
He's setting
He's
these
hitting
targets.
big balls and hitting lines.
Yeah, no, like you love it. You love it.
I love
but
Taylor
but
so
he can
much.
take it as well, which is great. You know, like he's able to take it, which is wonderful.
Taylor is very, very good for the game.
Looking forward to tomorrow, Micah. You guys have Cuba, and now that's a VNL team. That's a team that we've known at times to be one of the best teams in the world. They produce some of the best players in the world. Are you excited to be able to take on a team like Cuba here?
Yeah, of course. To be able to play those caliber of players, the athletes that they are, the experience, the championship experience that they have, is always a great test, and they're always dangerous. So we gotta be ready tomorrow, and we will be.
And you know that they get up for big games.
They do.
No doubt.
Sometimes. But when Cuba's there to play, they can be amongst the best in the world.
No doubt.
Is there any game plan? Like, is there anything that you guys are preparing specifically for Cuba for tomorrow? Is that something that's going to be addressed in video a bit later?
We haven't prepared for them yet.
Fair enough.
We're respecting our guys and against Puerto Rico, but we've played them in this last VNL, so we're familiar with them. We watched them play these last few matches, and so we have a pretty good plan, I think, but it's an ever-changing game. If you see them get hot, they can do anything and everything, and so.
Last but not least, Micah, before you
these
go
guys,
do your
they
captain's
can wait.
duties, can you tell us
They can
about your sweatshirt?
Yeah, definitely. That was my next question.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
this is what myself and a few of the other guys associated with Hawaii are. We warmed up in today, and we're wearing now. It means malama, which is to care for, to take care. Kako'o, which means to support. Kokua, to help, and it's all about Maui. And obviously, we're pretty aware of the tragedy that happened there. This is our first time, really being in front of people in public in order to try to bring awareness to it. And it kind of makes sense for us because when it all happened, it was front page news and all kinds of stuff like that, and it's got a lot of attention. Now it's kind of died down, and that's kind of how it works.
But there's people still
But
suffering.
there's a whole lot of work to do. The work's just starting, and so a lot of our love and aloha going to those guys, and just trying to bring awareness and support to those people in Maui that are still just trying to rebuild.
Can you give us the link for that so we can plug it during the stream and stuff tomorrow, and we can put it in the chat for people to see?
Yeah, there's a handful of
Okay.
There's a handful of great causes that are going.
Whatever we can share.
Appreciate it, you guys. Thank you very much.
Of course. Well, Micah, always a pleasure, man.
Guys,
Always
pleasure's
love
mine.
chatting with you. Great match
Thanks, buddy.
tonight, and best of luck against Cuba tomorrow. We're excited for that one.
We are.
We're excited
as
for
are
that
we.
one.
Go
Yeah.
do your captain's duties. We're actually going to get your head coach.
I think we
on the
make them wait a
episode.
little longer. No.
Oh, even
They're
better.
just they're death staring at us right now.
Thanks, buddy. Great match.
Yeah, they keep waving.